Hello, I'm Cat, and why can't I get these flowers to go in evenly? No matter which way I put the dirt or from which angle I add the flowers, the one on the right goes to the right of the block. This is a very burning question that people have had about Minecraft Bedrock, and it is to do with one of the weird quirks of the game, and so in this video I'll be answering this question along with 11 others, and by the end of it you'll understand why this wither placement isn't valid, but this farmland placement somehow is. This is Minecraft Bedrock tech support, and I figured I'd jump in my Minecraft survival world and show you something fun, which is that when you place flowers next to each other, they always seem like they're roughly spaced, but if you ever pay attention, they're never exactly perfect. This is because unlike, say, saplings, which are always taking up the exact middle of the block, or more precisely, we could say torches, which definitely are directly there in the center, there is no even, wow, that grew fast, there is no even placement for things like bamboo, or things like cornflowers, and it means that the spaces between them are never going to be perfect. This does have some very interesting side effects for sure, and it's there to make the placement look natural, but it means that because it's based on your seed, you can never change this in any way. And so if you want your lilacs, for example, to be more evenly spaced, the best thing you can do is move it somewhere else, and ooh, I don't like this one either. The best thing you can do is move it somewhere else and keep placing until you get something which looks a bit more ideal. This is something which is also possible if you planned out your seed in just the right way, but assuming that that's a little too crazy for you, maybe instead you'd like me to answer a second crazy question, because why can't this person write 4 privet drive on their sign? Every time they do, it comes up with stars instead, and this is a common Minecraft Bedrock issue because yes, there is censorship on signs in game. If you're to write something which you're not meant to, the game will censor it into hashes because Minecraft Bedrock is always multiplayer and they don't want you seeing those signs in your game, even if it's literally just you playing. And so this is very interesting because the exact list can be found right here, but there are lots and lots of things on there, but 4 privet drive isn't one of them. So why can't they write that on a sign? Well, funnily enough, they actually can write this on a sign should they choose to, and as you can see right here, it works just fine. Why wasn't it working for them? Well, as it turns out, the censorship in Minecraft sometimes just bugs out and will work on random words, so some people will try to type in their name, and it will, instead of showing up as it should, will come up as a bunch of hashes, but if you just log out of your game and log back in, it will fix a lot of these weirder issues, and indeed, one of the issues that isn't fixed like that is this one to do with the sniffer, because very validly, unknown69420, good username by the way, says, guys, what's wrong with my sniffer? He dug like 2 seeds and then stopped for a while, and the answer is that unlike the intuition of a sniffer, which is that he goes to dirt and then digs up things from underground, which are often these rare seeds you can't find elsewhere, that's the intuition, but the actual way he works is he looks around in Minecraft, and if he examines blocks, and if he examines a block that he's examined in the last 20, he's not going to find any new seeds there. In other words, you need at least 21 dirt blocks or grass blocks underneath your sniffer for it to work, and so you might say that this is an invalid sniffer farm and the one in this image that this guy showed actually is correct. However, because of all of these weird spore blossoms and moss and all of these decorations which are put there to be pretty, they're actually ruining the function of this guy's Minecraft world, and so funnily enough, even though there's a bunch of sand here, there is 22 or 23 grass blocks, which means my sniffer could find some seeds, but your sniffer can't because there's too much moss and grass and stuff covering it up, which is a real shame if you ask me. Speaking of a real shame if you ask me, I want to talk about this question, because why doesn't the original music play anymore? It's a really valid one. I used to feel such strong things when I was out in the rain and I got the original Minecraft theme, and you just don't feel those things anymore. So why doesn't it play? Well, it actually does, but Minecraft has switched to not only having more music, so the original C418 tracks are diluted by new ones, but also the music is now biome dependent, which means when you're in certain biomes, you're less likely to find the music from other biomes, and so maybe you just haven't been in the right biome for the right nostalgic music. Speaking of the right nostalgic music, I get a little bit nostalgic whenever I think about the Wither, because it is one of my favorite bosses when they first added it, and it's really fun to fight. However, this person asks, why can't I spawn the Wither? I'm on hard difficulty after all, and so let's place our own Wither down to show you what's wrong here, because this looks like it should be a valid Wither placement. After all, there is 3 skulls on top of some soul sand. However, there are 2 things wrong with this. One of these is probably quite obvious, but the second is probably less so. This is technically a block. It's a weird block because it's, again, literally just grass, but if there is any grass anywhere near your Wither, it's not going to work. Even if you later remove that grass, you have to replace one of these skulls, as I'm going to do right now, and that is how you'll get your... I guess we're going to have to just switch to peaceful or something. Or we could run around and hope that he doesn't notice me, because the next question is one that I think can easily be solved. This is father of three refuses job offer. How do I convince him? The villager won't take the job, please help. Well, this is something called lazy, unemployed villagers, and basically they've worked out that they can get a really good government check if they just, the real answer is that if your villager has any green on him like this, then he is called a nitwit or an unemployed villager, and this means he will never take up a job. He is, how you decide to relate this into your Minecraft lore, is he, just a, is he disabled in some way? Is he lazy? Is he choosing not to get a job, or is it his destiny based on his the outfit that he's wearing? This is for you to decide, but the end function is that if you have a green villager, he exists purely for aesthetic reasons, and so you might as well send him to your wither to be murdered. Speaking of sending things to the wither to be murdered, Miho V Maybe says, man, this takes W2F to a whole nother level, and they post very confusedly, farmland underwater. And you want to know a crazy fact about farmland that I didn't know? You can't actually hoe farm underwater. If you've ever tried, fun fact, it won't work, but you can have farmland underwater because farmland can be moved by pistons even directly into water. So this is my farmland. It's being watered right now, and here is my farmland underwater. Water doesn't break farmland, and so if you place the water after the farmland is there, or indeed if you just use commands to place it underwater, as I would suspect this person has done, then boom, now you'll know how farmland works underwater. This is a Bedrock quirk, and it's one of many fun ones out there. One of my personal favorites that I think is much more interesting in terms of what goes underwater is you can actually place lava directly on top of water. Here is some lava, here is some water. They are sitting on top of each other without any layer in between them because it's actually waterlogged water. Waterlogged water doesn't interact with lava in the same ways you'd expect, and so you get really weird things, especially if you have, say, some fences here, and so I can actually stand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm mistaken. You can't stand on that. But what you... Welcome home. While I'm here, let's look at the sun. Why does this guy's sun look like a glow squid? And this seems like a question that doesn't have any valid answer, but the actual answer to it is, fun fact, Minecraft, both Bedrock and Java, have all sorts of, you can tell this is Java because it says splashing in the subtitle there, by the way, but both Bedrock and Java have all sorts of glitches where the textures get replaced with other things they shouldn't. And so on Java, one of the most likely textures to be replaced is the sun. On Bedrock, it tends to be other character skins, and if you remember, even Minecraft Legacy Console had this issue because the menu screens would be replaced by grass blocks. Why do the textures in Minecraft get replaced with other things? I don't think I can give you a compelling answer, but I can give you a good answer to why is this hair banned in certain countries, and it's because it is LGBT, and that might seem a bit weird. Like, isn't Microsoft the super pro, LGBT rights company? Why would they ban something that promotes pride in some countries? And the answer is money. The actual answer is that some countries threaten to ban Minecraft if they have any displays of things of that nature, and so Minecraft complies with that. Which regions are they? They've never actually clarified, but it's largely suspected to be the Middle East, and so if you're in those regions, people won't be able to see that you're supporting pride because it might make them support it from their governments or something. You know what? Don't try and think about it too hard. Just give Microsoft a pat on the back for being the most progressive company out there in all the other ways, and instead say, why can't I pause the game in a single player world? And this is a fun quirk of Minecraft being always multiplayer. This is me pausing the game, but as you can see, that sheep is still moving around because unlike Java, there is no pause. The game is always multiplayer all of the time, even if you specifically set your world to invite only and never invite someone, or if you literally turn off the multiplayer toggle, Minecraft doesn't have a way to turn off single player. This is largely because they expect you to always want to play multiplayer all of the time, and then therefore always be ready for it, and so they just never bothered coding a single player option. Minecraft Legacy had the option to be multiplayer and on all the time, or to have a pause, but Minecraft Bedrock hasn't bothered, and that is a fun quirk of it being a multiplayer first game, which is probably a fun opportunity to bring up this next question. Why is every single new item they add to the game now crafted from like scrunt crystals found in the rare Scrunty Caves microbiome used in 2 recipes only, and the glowing cores found as loot 5% of the time in the Bereft Citadel? Let us make a mace out of sticks and iron. So this is a very valid point because, yeah, as fun as I find it to go out there, picking up some crazy loot and mixing it all together and making some weird things, lots of people say, wait, no, I want to use this new weapon, why can't I? And it basically comes down to this fun comic, which is why do Minecraft servers with friends die like this sometimes? Yay, we killed the Ender Dragon, hell yeah, now what? and then everyone leaves the game. It's very sad, and this is down to the idea that Minecraft seems like a game where you make your own objectives, but by adding an end, and really by adding, objectives that people have made themselves with fairly defined endpoints, a lot of people play Minecraft and then feel like they've done it. But because it's a sandbox, they want to give you always a goal to go after. Is that goal to get yourself a super fun trident? Maybe it should be. Is that goal to collect some rare items in your world? This is my 2016 collection. There's a lot more rare items now than there were back then. This is something that you can decide for yourself, and they're trying to give you new ways by making the new Scrunty Caves biome and the Bereft Citadel, which are very exciting new places. I look forward to playing around with those. Anyway, speaking of looking forward to playing around with things, this person is playing around with fishing in lava, and they're wondering why it doesn't work. The answer is that you're clearly playing modded Minecraft. Switch back to vanilla, and you should be finding all the fishes you want. Speaking of all the fishes you want, this guy says he just be chilling, but how do I get rid of him? And a Cox Queen, the easiest way, again, this is something a lot of people don't realize, is creepers are really terrifying. Most Minecraft mobs are, but all you've got to do if you want to remove all of the fear that they can impose over you is a loyalty trident, should you have gone to the Scrunty Caves biome, or you can use a bow and some arrows, and you can kill anything you like very, very easily, and that's what I entirely recommend doing. Just go ahead and use a bow and arrow, and anything can die without any risk to you. Although it looks as though I gave this advice too late, because the update was, thank you all for your suggestions, he exploded. So with that said, I hope that this video didn't find you too late, but I hope it was a fun way to answer some of the burning questions you might have had about Minecraft, and indeed it's cooked fish that you definitely get from lava. If you did enjoy this, make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and otherwise make sure to check out some of the other fun Minecraft videos on this channel. My jury service is finally in the ending phases now, and I am very, very excited to be back to making Minecraft videos. And you know what else I'll be doing? Covering the snapshot and preview and everything else tomorrow, as well as starting a brand new hardcore speedrun challenge myself. Come check me out on stream, and also check me out if you have a dream. Goodbye.